Yeah, 6 something. And so it wasn't too bad. And I could have gotten another, the new version of an Apple Cinema display, but they don't make them for my computer because my computer is a Mac Pro from 2009 or 2010. And so they no longer make the connection for it by Apple. I'd have to get a different kind of monitor they don't make anymore. So plus the Apple monitor is not even 4K. So it's cheaper to get this one instead of spending $1,000 on the new Apple monitor. So I got this one. I love it. It's really great. It's beautiful. Everything is really crystal clear. It really spoils you because everything is so crisp and clear, especially when you're working with CAD or something like I do, my business, working, on construction documents or whatever. But it's really fabulous. So if you are going to get a monitor, if you want to get a 4K monitor, I highly recommend the Samsung, what's it called? Let's see. I remember now talking about this in a previous show. Sorry, I just repeated myself, but 50 HB or something like that. But anyway, check it out. Now the guy. So basically, I sold the computer. So I sold the old monitor on eBay, telling them it didn't work. It doesn't work or whatever for parts, and people want to buy it for parts. And ended up selling it on eBay for $160 or something like that. So not too bad. And for somebody who wants to fix it or whatever. So I ship it to the guy, and I ship it to the guy via UPS, and when I shipped it, I said, signature required. And so it gets to him Thursday, and Thursday he emails me through eBay and says this huge long diatribe about how I'm a fucking idiot and I'm a fucking ignorant, stupid ass fuck because I sent it to him with signature required and he has to work during the day and he can't be there and blah, blah, blah. What kind of idiot sends it signature required? I'm like, and my initial response, my knee jerk response was to like fucking call him out and say fuck you, whatever. But I didn't. I calmly replied to him and said that, wow, first of all, your attitude is highly childish and immature, and you really need to learn how to react to things within the scope of what you're reacting to and not blow things out of proportion. I said, I can't believe you're reacting this way about the fact that I sent something signature required via UPS as if somebody just killed your mother in front of you. I mean, I was just really calm about it. And I told him I sent it UPS signature because I always do that because I have to have proof that it was, someone actually signed for it and not just it was left at your front door and someone stole it or whatever. You never got it just because UPS dropped it off. So, I told him that and I said, I'm going to just, leave you be. And he responded to me. I never read his response. I didn't really care. But anyway, he got it. And so I guess everything's fine now. But people, it just kind of reminded me about how so many people will just respond to things in a knee-jerk fashion without really thinking about how they're responding. And so I was proud of myself for actually calmly responding, thinking about what I was going to say first without actually just giving it to him, which I had every right to because he was being a complete asshole for no reason. Really just a complete prick. And you run into people like that all the time, of course, but so I just calmly responded, and I've gotten, as I've gotten older, I've begun to be more, a lot more like that. I'm far more, I pontificate things before I think before I speak a lot more often than I used to as a kid and as a teenager and so forth. Just like most people, or, when you're younger, you're more impulsive. I've gotten less impulsive and more, sage, I guess, which is a good thing. I think that comes with age. I think people generally, we mature as we age. If you're actually introspective and think about who you are and actually pay attention to what it is you're doing and saying and how you're affecting people around you, when you're someone really empathetic like I am and sensitive and you pick up on people's emotions really well and easily, and it's easy for me to be introspective. And so not everyone's like that. And some people don't have the same kind of ability to be that, self-reflective. But I have always been that way because of, function of who and what I am and my personality. And so I've done the work and I've grown as I've aged. And as you get older, you just begin to think that, the little things don't matter anymore. Just, you don't really fucking care about the stupid people you don't know or about, some asshole on eBay or, just little things like that don't fucking matter. And even with my clients and stuff, sometimes some of my clients, I have some great clients and have some not so great clients. And just like everybody who has clients. But, sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not. And, in the past, I would have just said, fuck you, I don't need your business, and walked away. But, the past couple of years or so, I've been far more calm and responding to things as nicely as I could and within reason, and not blowing things out of proportion. Now, obviously someone's fucking me over in some way. That's a different story, but I'm saying just, everyday things you deal with a client or family or friends. There's no reason to really fucking yell and scream and all that bullshit. Just calmly, rationally react. And, most of us, when we get angry, most anger, in my opinion, in my assessment, comes from hurt. It doesn't come from anything else, really. It's usually from hurt or from. Sometimes the anger is anger, but usually it's because someone's hurt you or something. And so, and also you're giving people power over you when you become angry. And that doesn't mean every time you're angry, you're giving someone up your power. But I'm saying that if you are allowing someone to, control your emotions, manipulate your emotions, and they're making you angry, and you're allowing that to control yourself and how you respond to them, then that's what I mean. So anyway, I don't know. I think that people, as I said, as I've aged, I've gotten less. I don't care that much about shit anymore. And I've also learned that you can't change people, and you can't make anybody do anything they don't want to do. You can either accept it or not accept it. You can either, accept them as they are, whether they're right to be that way or not, or you can move on, whether it's a relationship, friendship, family, whatever. Or you can stay in it and just shut the fuck up about it. And so, I've learned that I take care of myself first, no matter what it is. And I don't let my family and friends upset me as much as I used to when I was younger. Anyway, so that's all about that. One more thing I want to talk about was Bill Cosby. Now, the whole Bill Cosby thing, a couple more things actually. The whole Bill Cosby thing, about him going or being accused by like 13 or 17 or whatever it is women for rape, and for like drugging them and having sex with them without their consent is not a new accusation. He was accused in the 90s and actually taken to court over it and settled out of court for whatever an undisclosed amount of money. So after having had all of these accusations against him, the only thing he said was just today or yesterday, he said that, quote, I'm not going to quote him, but something like, I don't respond to innuendo. I only respond to facts. Check your facts, or something like that. He's never said, I never did this. And this is the thing. If someone accused you of something as abhorrent as he's being accused of, wouldn't you say, what the fuck are you talking about? I never did that. I never did that. I would never do that, blah, 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 whatever. I mean, you would be indignant, and you would be completely, pissed that your reputation was being, impugned by someone who's lying about you. But he's never said that. He's never said once that he didn't do it. He's never said once that he did not do these things. The problem is that the statute of limitations has expired on his on these charges that he would face. So he'll never face charges for these unless it's been something really recent in like the past 5 years or whatever it is. And the women's stories are all very similar. And all sound very legitimate to me. It's very difficult for me to believe that you would have 13, 17, whatever it is, women from different walks of life, different places, all saying the same thing and all coming out. He was saying that, about somebody just to ruin his life or whatever. That's fucking ridiculous. Now, I do think that the man is guilty. I feel that he is. I don't know for a fact that he's guilty. Obviously, I don't know, but I feel like he's guilty. I feel Bill Cosby is a rapist asshole. And I hope that something comes out to prove this. I don't know if it ever will, but I hope it does. But anyway, one more thing is last week we went to see Wanda Sykes here live in Dallas on stage, and she was awesome. She was really hilarious. And we saw her here at the Majestic Theater in Dallas, downtown. And she did this one joke. It just sticks with me. And she was talking about the fact, unfortunately, that she had breast cancer. She's survived it. She's fine now. But she had stage 0 breast cancer, and her entire family, all of her women, had breast cancer. A lot of them had died from it. So she, obviously was very scared, and so she decided to have a double mastectomy and have her breasts removed. But she had really enormous, huge breasts, and she's like a really tiny woman, right? And so she had her breasts removed, but she was talking about before, she's had implants put in since then. She's had breast reduction or whatever. But she was talking about, before she had her breast removed, she was saying that, every time I'd open my shirt, it'd be like, take off my bra, it'd be like the Law and Order theme song. And everybody knew exactly what she meant. That Law and Order theme song, it goes, dun dun. Like, it goes, how does it go? Dun dun, like that. It's like the two thuds, dun dun. Anyway, really funny. But she's really funny. So if she comes to your area, definitely go see her. I mean, I was laughing so hard. I was crying and I couldn't breathe a couple of times. I mean, it was really, really funny. And I wasn't even expecting to be that funny. I mean, I like her, but I didn't know it'd be that hilarious, but she really was fucking hilarious. So if you are in her area, wherever she's going to be performing, definitely check out Wanda Sykes, because it's worth it. She's really funny and you'll have a lot of fun. So that's all for Brain Purge this week. I'll be back next week. Have a good night.